into work, and I got a couple co-workers texting me going, we can't wait till you get here. It's so weird. Everybody for the past few days has been so creeped out by the way people are acting, and they're all paying attention to full moon type shit. Like, servers and bartenders are not fucking stupid, and they're not trash. They're very, very intuitive, and I'm going, hey, you know, there's a lot of solar flares and stuff coming in, and stuff like that's kind of the stuff that, you know, you should look at to maybe understand the other side of things. It's not just full moons and stuff. It looks like the sun, and what it's doing is the other piece of that big cosmic puzzle. And I going in here super, super positive and shit, and I just started thinking about them pagan gods again, because, you know, Norse pagan gods, it's just like, you find out how many different religions, and you find out, and you still just don't even know how many there really are. Like, you find out how big ancient history actually is, outside of the bullshit lies they taught us in school. And then it's very clear that it's just a bunch of plagiarized shit. And the same damn gods and goddesses, fallen ETs, whatever. There's good ones too, I'm sure, you know, whatever. But then like the Norse pagan gods. Okay, does anybody know? Can anybody save me the trouble and just tell me? Are they the same pagan gods that, like, the Catholic Church has shrines to underneath the Vatican? Like, do those things link? Or are those not Norse pagan gods, or those some other kind of pagan gods? Like, it's fucking so much information to have to sift through. And yeah, I don't know, it just looks like everybody who's giving offerings to anything that doesn't look good. It does not look like a good action. Looks like, you know, the shit that started this, I bet. And all of those gods and goddesses that everybody knows of, well, we're higher than them. We're bigger than they are, and that sucks, literally. Just giving your God power away to anything outside of you, it just does not look good. I don't know. It's a lot, and I'll probably think about it off and on for a couple more days, and then look a little bit more, and, you know, maybe just try to find that link. But my fucking mind was so blown apart and so quickly expanded from nothing that I think I'm pretty much out of the shock and horror of it all. And it's just like, it's still a lot to process, trying to backtrack and shit. And people usually awaken whenever they're supposed to, but the fact of the matter is, there's a lot of people who have been talking about this shit for so long, they just can't even fucking stand Christians, and they can't even fucking stand religious people, that they don't have a clue what's going on yet. I refuse to be that way and think that way. There are so many spiritually awake people who are out there like, hey, you gotta just, if your family and your friends aren't there, you gotta just sever those ties and cut your losses and suck it the fuck up. You know, they're not doing anything for you, blah, 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 blah. I don't think that's fair, and I don't think that's accurate, because I know an awful lot of reasonable, rational people who identify as all different kinds of things who have no fucking clue that this shit is being talked about, and they have no fucking clue what is going on, and have had no reason to ever have to question their religion like me, just, you know, identifying as a Christian, and that was it. Like, no major damage done by being forced to be super religious like some of these other poor kids. And last night at work, there was actually a guy. It was a guy, his wife, and then probably like a 6-year-old little boy. And this guy came in with like a cross tattoo and a cross around his neck and all this shit. And his wife, girlfriend, whatever she was, seemed a little intimidated by him. And I dropped their food off, and probably like 2 minutes later, because that's kind of the standard, you know, you drop the food off at a table and you go back within a couple of minutes just to make sure everything's okay. And I go back and I'm like, is everything good? Like, you off to a good start? Do you need anything else? And the guy's like, no, we're all good here, thanks. And I'm like, yeah, no problem. And I went to reach and grab something off of the table, like a plate. And the guy looks at the little boy and goes, the only thing that I need you to do is eat before I shove this food down your fucking throat. I was like, wow. And grabbed this fucking plate. I went to walk away, and he's like, you know, you take him out to eat, and he just doesn't even take a fucking bite, and, you know, blah, 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 blah. Me as a mom, I get that. My fucking kids did that shit too. I would never say, eat, or I'm going to shove this food down your fucking throat. That is probably very traumatizing to hear. And if that's how you act out in public, people, I can't even imagine what assholes you act like at home. Like, man, servers and bartenders are so traumatized. Literally almost 20 years of this shit. Every fucking staff I've ever met is admittedly and diagnosed with mental problems, because we're the ones who have had to actually reach out for help, because this shit is so abusive. And fucking Karens and religious people who are too lazy to actually cook food at home like to go out with their bougie money and overwhelm all of us short-staffed places, because the restaurants and bars are full of angels, and they got them all selling fucking feet pictures on OnlyFans and working in Jeff Bezos' slaughterhouses at Amazon. And it's just like, are you fucking pieces of shit? I really hope you wake up. Shame kind of shit, because pretty much every server and bartender I know has their entire towns and a bunch of other places, like, marital status is in their hands. The shit that bartenders and servers have to go through, and the shit that they know. If you've ever seen a server bartender with really big fluffy hair, it's because it's full of fucking secrets. And it cracks me up. These people will come out to restaurants and treat their servers and bartenders like shit, and these servers and bartenders, the angels that they are, know damn well they can turn around and be like, yeah, your husband, your wife, all of this shit is actually what the fuck is going on when you're not in town. It's funny. It's really funny. I really, really hope that people start acting fucking right when they go out and get something to eat, because your servers and bartenders and your gas station attendants and a lot of fucking people out there who are stuck playing the rules that they're stuck playing, those are special fucking people. Very special. Not just a bunch of fuck-ups. And feel bad. Feel bad for everybody, but, you know, I don't like when people feel bad for me, so whatever, I don't feel bad. I'm going to work to kick some positive energy, because I'm driving by the building and I can already feel the fucking tension. Oh, everything's gonna be fine. Toodles.